And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He was brought down by Joe gain on the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete, it's Dodson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
It's a loss of 3.
Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Give to Robinson on the option. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's got it to about the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a dump off here to Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Boston. Hard throw. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Boston Seibert on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will hold at 15.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. The drive starts with a run by White. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now they'll throw with Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He's got Otten. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Throwing again on second down. Brady. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Buccaneers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Jones again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tony Jones, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Point after here coming up. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the option, here's Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll go up the middle with White. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Holding. Defense.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. They'll start with the option. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Boston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Buccaneers are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start here with a handoff to White. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
5 now. Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A gain of 15.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run straight ahead here with White, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Brady to throw on second down. This is caught by Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to the ground game with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a play fake, Brady. And this throw incomplete. Finger all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Washington on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
He's going deep for Brown. And it's going to be incomplete. He's able to catch it there on the right sideline. Brown says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Opting to run again. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. Brady going to throw. Touchdown! Chris Godwin from 8 yards out. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Boston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Completes it to Samuel. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down and an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Again, he'll drop to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'll look to throw again.
At the Bucs' 35-yard line.
He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 35 yards. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground with White. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Running out of the gun with White. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brady gives this to White. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On the give, it's White. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Boston. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, Boston. He's going to let it fly. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On 4th down, Boston. And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
First down, here's White. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. That's a 23-yard line.
Now a give to White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Bucs, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.